welcome into the live stream here from McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. That is Tyler.
What it is, sir?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm scrambling. You know, it's one of those things where I just had to scramble and put everything together really quick. And I forgot to do something that's normally I have ready for the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but we'll probably find it out here in a minute.
All right.
Gosh, dang it. So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
Well, I mean, normally I'm a pretty humble guy. But sometimes I just think you just have to acknowledge your greatness. And I think this is one of those moments that, I don't have a lot of skills, but the skills that I have, I'm elite at them. And today's one of those days where I've realized, my God, I'm great.
It's very humble of you.
I mean, it is. I don't even know how to put this into words. I was exhausted last night, got home, finished work.
What time did you get home?
I got home I did 2 stories at the pavilion, and then I came home and set up my computer in the kitchen and finished my work, did one more story, uploaded video, that kind of thing. I think I filed, or published, I should say. It's my old newspaper reporter in me, filed. Published my final story at 12:58 a.m.
Let's go.
I think I climbed in the bed at about 1:20.
It's actually not bad considering the time of the game. Will the game get over like 10:30?
It was about 10:30. So it was about 1:20 when I climbed into the bed. Fell asleep probably pretty quickly. And I got up at 6. Laura's alarm goes off.
Let's go.
Like clockwork every day. And, we have a little routine in the mornings. We sweep the floor in our bedroom. We have 2 Labrador retrievers. We like to keep the floor clean. So we sweep, unload the dishwasher, and make the bed. It's the kind of thing we do. So got swept, got the dishwasher unloaded, and we're in there about to make the bed. And I said, you know what? We ought to wash the sheets.
That'll be a good idea.
And really at that moment, what I was thinking is, I literally just don't want to make the bed right now.
So you decided to wash the sheets instead?
So I washed the sheets, and I just decided to go on a tour de force of laundry. I stripped the sheets off 4 beds, washed said sheets, dried said sheets, remade the beds.
I'm impressed.
I've done my laundry, Laura's laundry, Carson's laundry, Aka's laundry. I knew that cleaning people were coming tomorrow, and I had a feeling that we're leaving tomorrow, me and Carson and Aka.
Yep.
And I had a feeling that they might encounter a disaster upstairs, and that would lead to the aforementioned wife.
Shit rolls right on
learning
downhill.
Yes, learning
It's a valuable lesson.
Learning, young fellas.
It's a valuable lesson.
Young fellas.
It's a valuable lesson.
Listen to the king here, okay? And I said, you know what? I better go check that out. And I went up, sure enough. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to attack this right now. I'm going to handle this. And I did. I just.
Let's go.
Clap
it up for Scoops.
And so 7 hours later, as we begin this Pulitzer-winning program, 7 hours later, I can tell you that the laundry is completely done. We have avoided a disaster that was imminent. It was going to happen Friday.
Yes.
Now there will be no disaster.
No.
Instead, there will be peace.
There will be peace.
You can learn from this, Zelensky. There will be peace, and peace is underrated. Peace is underrated in a home. It is.
It is. 100%.
And so, really the people right now are in the presence of 2 different types of greatness. I don't know that you could match my laundry greatness. That being said,
that's a fact.
That being said, I could not match your level of college basketball betting greatness over the last couple of days. As I said someone
There's nowhere to go but down, though.
I said in the media room yesterday, someone said something about Siskey got the Ole Miss Tennessee game right, and I'm like, well, he didn't stop there. He got A&M, over Auburn. He got Arkansas over Vanderbilt. I'm like,
do you know what I hit yesterday? I mean, that we didn't even talk about on the show. We did it on the lives and all that stuff. We have Criteria Club, and every once in a while, like when there's bad games, like in the club, we do we call a degenerate bet, a degen bet.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday we did a 2-team parlay. We took the Maryland money line over Michigan and the Florida Gator money line over Alabama, and they both hit. They hit for plus 424. Wow. A 424 parlay yesterday. I chickened out. I ended up betting the Ole Miss money line separate.
Mm-hmm.
We had some people that did put it in there, and for the 3-teamer, they hit for plus 1,500 and change.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a 15-unit day for some guys yesterday.
You know, if I had flowers right now, I would present them to you. So
there's only one way to go from here, though.
Accept these virtual flowers on behalf of all of us.
We're going to talk about this game because Tennessee fan was upset with me on social media yesterday because all we do is pick against Tennessee. They hate Tennessee. Tennessee fan, I shouldn't say Tennessee fan. Most Tennessee fans are great. But, brother, they don't.
There were a lot of
some of them don't handle it.
A lot of Tennessee fans in the pavilion last night. They brought a big crowd. It was a big crowd.
Question. Well, now we got to hit the audio file. Question for you. I was talking with Brock, your
son,
my second world championship trophy.
Okay.
I was talking to him at the game last night. I said, if you took the students out of this arena, would the crowd be 50-50?
Oh.
If you took the students out of the arena, would the crowd have been 50-50 yesterday?
I don't think it would have been 50-50, but they brought a lot.
It'd been damn close.
You think?
It'd have been close.
Okay.
Up there where the common folks sit, where I sit with the common folk.
Yeah, I typically don't go
I know
there.
You don't go there.
Mm-mm.
You don't even venture up the staircase. Us common people.
Nothing good happens up the staircase.
The people who grew up in a middle-class family.
Yeah.
And we worry about how much our eggs are costing. That section,
yeah,
brother.
We never worried about that.
It was 15-1 Tennessee fan to Ole Miss fan.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
That's why I said Brock. I said if it's
okay.
I mean, how about this? Brock and I may have been the only people not pulling for Tennessee up there. Not a student, because students overflowed up there.
Yeah.
And it was still probably 10-1.
How about that?
Yeah, where the common folks sit.
Yeah, I try not to look at the common folk too much because, I mean, why would I?
I know. Sorry. And the only reason I was not pulling for Tennessee is because I had a full unit on the money line of Ole Miss. So money is who I was pulling for.
Okay.
I have been in that arena when I bet the under or the over, and I was pulling for various teams to make stops and score buckets. What game was it? It was it maybe in the Kentucky, I don't remember. There was a game that I took the under, and it hit, like the under hit, but it hit on the number.
Yeah.
Like it was and a half, and I hit, I won by half a unit. I was cheering for both teams, and there was some Ole Miss fans around me thought they needed taste like this guy needs some help. He's in a neutral. I don't wear any school stuff. I'm in neutral colors cheering for both teams to get stops. I'm like, oh, wait, play defense. Anyway,
all right.
You ready to crank her up?
Yeah, let's go.
I can't wait to get to this County Line Campers read. I've been waiting on this all day.
Welcome into episode 266 of McCready and Siskey, presented by Rain Total Body Fuel. My name is Neal McCready. That is one Tyler Siskey here.
How are we doing, sir?
Thursday. It is Thursday, March the 6th.
All day long.
March the 6th. This is March, man. This is really March. Like, we got SEC women's tournament going on.
Yeah,
in Greenville, South Carolina.
It's a great city, though. That's where I was married, in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, is that right?
Where all my wife's family is from, and some still live there.
How about that?
I visit Greenville that used to be called the Bilo Center. I don't know what it's called now.
Got Oklahoma and Georgia playing.
My wife's dad used to be the team doctor for the Greenville Growl, which was
that was the baseball team, right?
That was the hockey team that played in that arena. And then there was an indoor football league. I don't remember. They used to have like AFL or IFL where it was.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Greenville had a team, and he was the team doctor for both. So, yeah, I've been in there a bunch.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So it's a nice arena, downtown, beautiful area.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my folks up in Greenville, South Carolina.
Shout out Greenville. Also, shout out Rain Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams of natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push your limits and achieve your goals. So check them out on Instagram, where we're live, by the way, right now.
Right. How about that?
How about that?
Hey, welcome. After I don't know how many. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah.
Instagram, welcome. We can't see your chat, so let's make sure we're clear with that. But Instagram, we're live on Instagram for the first time after, what do you say?
About 4 failures.
4 failures, but how long have we been like messing with it, trying to get it? I mean,
That's been you, not
months.
me. I don't know. Beats me.
We finally figured it out. It was one little button, and it would surprise you guys. This button's well hidden. It's in bright blue letters on the top right that
Go
says,
live now.
Go live now. So we found that button. Welcome, Instagram. Instagram, real talk. Going live on Instagram is a chore. If you're trying to go
lot there.
If you're trying to go live on Instagram, like you put your Twitter information in there, and it's there.
Yeah.
You put your YouTube information, it's there.
Yeah.
Instagram, no sir.
Huh.
We're going to go live on Instagram. I got to go on the Instagram website. I got to say I'm going live. It's going to give me like 800 gazillion links. I got to go back in and replug every single time. And then that button, that go live button, it's a tricky one. Scoops, I'm rocking with the Valencia Orange today.
Yep. You didn't let me finish, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
On Instagram, go to Rain Body Fuel to learn more.
You're on Instagram. You can go to Rain Body Fuel right now to learn more. How about that?
How about that?
I'm rocking with the Valencia Orange today.
Yep.
I promise this is my first rain of the day. It's been a minute. I had to go back to the orange. I looked. I went through it. Do I go tropical? Do I go all strawberry apricot? Do I go mango? I said, you know what? Let's go back to the orange. Just try her out today. So we're going back with the Valencia Orange today. It's very good. Very good for you right there. Scoops, guess what? The Cooper Chevrolet chat is already bumping. And right now, March is Chevy Truck Month. Get super low 2.9% APR for 72 months on that brand spanking new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks. Go by our good friends. Doesn't matter where you're located. Give them a call. Area code 256-236-4481. That's area code 256-236-4481. Greg will be with us at Talladega. Good dude, good peeps. Known him for a long time.
Who's not going to be with us at Talladega?
We're gonna have a crew.
I keep hearing from people that are like, I'm going to see you at Talladega.
In our crew, I think we're going to have 8.
Okay.
I think it's the number. I got to call Bob today or tomorrow. I told him I'd let him know by the end of the week. Bob's going to be there. I'll give you a rundown later, but we got a crew coming.
Okay.
Could be really good. Could be real. Not going to do promises or anything. We're working on some special stuff. We're trying to get some things worked out. We're working.
Awesome.
We're working. Scoops.
Yes, sir.
I saw him in the chat earlier. We're also brought to you by our good friend Brendan and all the people over at PTG Outdoors. Scoops, they are a Camus boats dealer. They have both fresh and saltwater boats. They sell and service Mercury outboards. Do custom marine electronic installations with Garmin, Humminbird, and Low Wrench products. You can get all of your fishing needs and custom golf cart retrofits. We'll replace all the batteries with a single lithium battery. Located right there in Grenada, Mississippi. Make sure you go to the online store and get your favorite person something from the online store. It's time to go shopping. Guess what we got? I mean, we got St. Patty's Day coming up. Go get them a green Garmin. Go check them out at PTGOutdoors.com. And Scoops, did you know that the official RV dealer of the McCready and Siskey Show, County Line Campers, I've been waiting all day to read this. I want to go on record and say that I did not write this. I'm reading what has been sent to me. I laughed for 10 minutes last night. Here we go. County Line Campers. Scoops, are you an Alabama fan that's excited to finally have a quarterback that can throw a forward pass?
Absolutely. I was just woke up this morning and said, hey, Laura, roll Tide.
Are you an Auburn fan that's excited about your new multi-million-dollar running back? Quarterback?
Absolutely.
Or maybe you are a Vandy fan that hates football but loves baseball season. Whatever your sport, whatever your team, why not enjoy watching them from the comfort of your very own RV? Or better yet, enjoy the game day experience by tailgating in luxury. At County Line Campers in Gulfport, Mississippi, we're moving out the remaining new models with our spring cleaning closeout sales event. Save up to 49% on select new RVs, starting with payments as low as $199 a month. $199 a month. With access to 13 lenders, we have financing options that will get you on the road. Are you looking for something used? We have a plenty of pre-loved inventory that need new homes. Or maybe you know nothing about RVs or what will work best for your family. Here, we will take the time to listen to you and what your needs are and how much your truck can tow and what is affordable for your budget. This is a long sentence here. And we'll show what will work for you. Our highly trained staff is here to serve you from sales to financing to accessories and to service. Speaking of service, we will work on any camper and complete warranty repairs on almost any brand. We have the shortest out-of-service time of any dealer in the entire state, and that keeps our customers camping instead of sitting home wishing they were camping. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and check out Destiny's demonstration videos on YouTube. As the highest-rated RV dealer in the state of Mississippi, you don't believe me? Google it. We offer that experience that can't be duplicated. And when you think about camping, think about County Line Campers. How about that?
How about that?
Rob got me on that one. I was crying. I hope he wanted me to read that. He did put that in the reader. That was great. That was great.
So they know who Alabama's quarterback's going to be?
I don't know. Maybe Rob does.
I mean, that's what I took out of that.
Maybe Rob does. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, you ready to roll? Now that we've been bullshitting for 17 minutes?
Sure.
Here we go.
What we got?
All right, some NFL news. Surprising. Some of it surprising, some of it not. Joey Bosa released by the Chargers.
This is financial, right?
I think so, yeah. Released by a Charger, financial deal. Bengals. Pick up the phone, please. But no, I think it would be very interesting because he's going to get a. You saw, which we'll talk about. I'll go ahead and talk about it now. Max Crosby, Raiders is now the highest paid non-quarterback to ever play. He just got a 3-year, $106 million deal with the Raiders.
Wow!
By $500,000, he's now more than Jefferson.
Wow!
AAV.
How about that?
Highest paid non-quarterback.
How much of that's guaranteed?
It's like 90-something million of the 106. 91 million, I think, guaranteed. I think it's what I saw, 91 million of it's guaranteed over a 3-year deal. I mean, good for him, too, by the way. He is a guy, Eastern Michigan, played at Eastern Michigan and just got, comes to the NFL and just busts his ass. He's one of my favorite players to watch, even though the Raiders stink.
Zach B. in the stream says Trey Hendrickson just granted permission to seek a trade. This comes on the heels of the Bengals saying goodbye to Sam Hubbard. And apparently
he retired, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Being a million miles away with Jamar Chase.
Well, I would say, that's the thing, right? Is the Bengals, the Bengals won. I was worried about this a little bit. Bengals won, have never really, for a franchise, have never really paid anybody. And then all of a sudden they paid Joe Burrow. Obviously they needed to. Good move. Then you got, T. Higgins, they put on a second franchise tag. That's going to create some issues with him, just from a
sure.
I mean, let's not act like he's not going to get paid, but still not what he would get on the open market. And then they got this Jamar Chase thing. They can't keep paying everybody. And so if this, and so the salary cap is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine right now and we're going to talk about one in a second. Like, salary cap's a real number. We're talking about NFL here. We're not talking about college. It's a real number. And then
because there ain't one in college.
It's not one in college, right? It's a real number. There's no way around it. And so when you pay people or you have to pay people, there are casualties to the conversation. And going back to Joey Bosa, he's probably one. They just had to pay Justin Herbert. They got to go get a wide receiver, which we'll talk about one next. They got to go get a wide receiver. They're going to have to replace some production they need a running back. They can get that through the draft. They got a lot of things, though. The Chargers got a lot of pieces they got to put together, and they're getting older. But Bosa's still in his prime. He has been dinged. That's his thing. He hasn't been healthy, but he's going to find a home. I'm just saying Cincinnati. He played at Ohio State. I'm just saying bring him back and help your Bengals out a little bit. I could see that. Bosa seems like a guy that wants to get close to home, either close to his brother or close to home. So I don't know what will happen there, but he's a hell of a player. The Seattle Seahawks released Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's been one of the most consistent receivers in the league for the last 10 years. I mean, he's a dude. team guy, 33 years old. He may retire. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if he retired. He's still got some tread on tires, but he's definitely on the back nine. So I'll see what happens there. And then same team, that's why I brought that up, is DK Metcalf. I'm sure you saw this, being the team that you cover. DK Metcalf goes in and requests a trade from Seattle. This is one of those deals where I don't have a problem with players requesting trades in the NFL.
Yes.
I think when you go public with it or it gets leaked that they're requesting a trade, that cuts the nuts of the team that you're leaving.
Yeah, but I mean, because these things are hard to keep quiet.
I know. I'm just saying it cuts the Seahawks nuts, because now teams, I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog world. So there's 31 other teams out there. Hell, everybody would take DK. There's not one team that wouldn't take him. I mean, you're going to take him, but they go, the value that you can get in return for him now, because they know he wants out. Okay?
Right.
And so if he wants out, then they also know the Seahawks don't want to have somebody on the team that wants out either. It creates bad mojo there. So they're going to lose. I bet you he ends up, it's not going to be an expensive price when it comes, I imagine. I mean, Debo they got a 5th round pick for Debo.
How old is DK?
He's 27.
That's part of the equation. He's a different kind of receiver because he's
27 years old. Look at that. Hey, CTE not winning today. DK, I remembered. CTE not winning today. Got y'all's ass today. But
boy,
you know, I think that now that he's won, I think you can get him. They'll be able to trade and get something for him. Yeah, I mean, the obvious thing is the Raiders with Pete Carroll, and you know, I think it's a fit thing with DK, right? I think DK can make a team really good is if a team has a slot or has an inside guy but doesn't have a vertical threat on the outside. So let's go back, right? Raiders do fit that scheme, but they don't have a quarterback right now. Who's going to be their quarterback? We'll find that out. Somebody like Dallas that's got CeeDee Lamb on the inside, doesn't, got my guy Jalen Tolbert, but don't have a real true one on the outside. Somebody like the Steelers that fits the vertical passing game. That's what they like to do. He needs to get somewhere where they're not scared to stretch it out, and he can go back to being a little bit more vertical. That's kind of the strength of his game. And he's a physical guy. I would like to see him in Pittsburgh. I think that'd be a really good fit for him. Professionally, I don't know if he wants to do it or could care. I mean, I don't think he cares, but I mean, they got the money. I'm sure he'll go. But I think with Tomlin, I think that's a good fit for him off the field and on the field. Dallas will be a place that would make a lot of sense for him money-wise, no state taxes, and it's a good scheme fit for him. The Chargers need a guy on the outside when you got McConkey's kind of come on the inside. And then obviously the Raiders, they got Brock Bowers, who you can, he needs to go somewhere where he can be the guy on the outside that can stretch.
Right.
But the guys on the inside can take the pressure off of him. And he can get the safeties off his ass. That's what he needs. And he can go back to being nothing
worse than safeties on your ass.
Yeah, and he's been Tucker. But he's been that's when he's really productive. And that's why he's productive in Seattle. You had Tyler Lockett, you had Njigma, and you had all these guys that could really help him out on the inside. They had a running game. But at the time, I mean, he's been very productive as a pro. I mean, he's been a 1,000-yard receiver or right at 1,000 yards every year of his career. So we'll see what happens there. All right, Saquon Barkley. I'm sure you saw this the other day.
I did.
Gets a 2-year, $41.2 million contract. Highest paid running back in the history of the National Football League.
Things turned out to work out for Saquon.
It's all right, man.
Everything's
he's going to be okay.
He's going to be all right.
Now, with that being said, I would like to say this, is there's about to be a ton of running backs that are going to get their feelings hurt. There's about to be a ton of running backs that are going to get their feelings hurt.
Because they're going to think this is what establishes the market,
new market,
and it probably doesn't.
I would like to say this publicly.
Okay.
That Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry are unicorns. Nobody else is like them. The longevity of their careers.
Oh, you don't mean literally with a horn.
Not literally with a horn.
Because that's going to change things, because that would mean they played an ineligible player.
The longevity and their ability to stretch their prime and be at the top of their game is different than everybody else's.
And at that position.
And
right.
Specifically at that position. And other guys, I mean, and a running back's one of those positions. And look, everybody's like, oh, Philly, like, again, remember, the salary cap thing is real, okay? They had to let a guy named Darius Slay go. He's a Pro Bowl corner. Now, he's 36. He's getting on up there, but he's still Darius Slay.
Yeah.
He gets cut because
he's a fan favorite at that point.
He's a fan favorite. Yeah. He's making $14, $15 million a year. They have to cut him. So this comes with a cost.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not just, oh, let's just go pay everybody. Like I hear all these people, like this college thing where the players get everything they want is starting to bleed into the NFL to where everybody's like, oh, pay the players. No, the NFL says, fuck you. We got contracts. We got a salary cap. That's what they say. So when you want your players to be paid,
how'd they get that?
People get cut.
It's
called collective bargaining.
So the players agreed to it.
Yeah, it's called collective bargaining.
Okay.
And I don't know. We've never said those two words together on this show. Collective bargaining. NCAA. Collective bargaining. Break off.
Now the players are in a union. Correct.
Did you say union?
There's an NFL Players Association.
There's a union.
I guess it's technically an association.
So you're telling me they unionized
essentially,
and then they collective.
They had representation that collectively bargained. They had player representation.
No shit.
See, each team has a player rep.
Holy shit!
Who is part of the?
Imagine that.
Basically, like a committee.
Oh.
For the players.
Okay.
And that group of players negotiates with the representatives for the owners. Often the owners themselves, and they reach via negotiation and collective bargaining, they reach a settlement and really an agreement that they put into a contract form that is legally binding for a period of time.
Oh man, I appreciate you letting me know that.
So I'm here to help. I mean, listen, I know that most people think of me as just a laundry phenomenon.
Aficionado.
There's more to me than laundry.
That's awesome.
I also have a pretty strong understanding of, contracts.
Yeah. But there's real, like when you pay players.
And I'm here to help.
I mean, that's the Bengals.
I want to be clear.
The Bengals are going through it right now, all kidding aside.
Yeah, no, of course.
Why are they letting him seek a trade? Because they know they got to pay Jamar.
They need to move that money.
And so the more you pay players, and then when it comes to running backs, and I've said this now, this would be probably very unpopular.
This is where I do like the NBA structure more. The NBA has a structure that promotes
longevity.
Players being able to stay in one market for a long period of time. Now you still pay, and you pay into luxury taxes, right, and you get into tax thresholds and things. It forces it rewards
people staying put.
Well, yeah, but what it really rewards more than anything is it rewards quality evaluation. It rewards what's the word I'm looking for?
Can you do my question? I know what you're talking about.
It rewards having an organizational discipline.
All right. So my question to you, because I understand the NBA part because I've studied it before. Do you think that could work in an NFL model with that many players? Because of how much?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the numbers would be. It would be complicated. You'd have to really structure it. I mean, the NBA,
because both leagues, the stars get paid, right? The difference is that there's so many players that,
as opposed to an NBA organization is about 15, 17 guys,
right?
So I mean, obviously it would be different, but
could the numbers be sustainable?
The NBA salary structure, every team has at least one capologist who is literally their job is to understand the cap.
Yeah.
And like so much of Dallas, the Mavericks problem right now is that they absolutely butchered the cap. And so they're literally forbidden from going and getting players right now because they signed a free agent while they were above the second apron and all of that stuff. It's pretty complex and complicated, but it's punitive if you run your organization from an undisciplined, here's the money.
Right.
Here you go. You have to be, I don't know, it's a long story. Anyway, things that would never happen at the college level because there just isn't enough time. But look, the players agreed to this. And so, if you have a decision to make, if you're Cincinnati, for example, do you dare run the risk of losing a talent like Jamar Chase?
No.
Or do you just pay Jamar Chase what it takes to make Jamar Chase happy, knowing that that's going to mean that you're going to have to play young, rookie-level players at multiple positions, and that's when you better
do good in the draft.
You better damn well be good in the draft. You better be able to evaluate and develop and still coach and all of those things.
That's my thing with running backs, right? Is so right, wrong, or indifferent. Again, Derrick Henry, Saquon are unicorns. Just over time, if you go and look, the 4 plus the option year, the first 5 years of a running back's career are his best years. And so, like, you look at what the Falcons, right? Like, let me ask you a question. Would you, if you were the Eagles, okay? I always say this. If I was running an NFL organization, which is probably why I'm not, every 4 to 5 years, I would spend my first-round pick on a running back. If you're willing to spend your first-round pick on a running back, you're damn near guaranteed to get the top or second best running back, because not many more are going to go first round. You're going to get one of the top 2 running backs. All right. Let's say like you go with would you have let, let's say this was last year's draft, would you have let, or 2 years ago's draft, where it is now, would you have let like Saquon walk if you knew you were fixing to draft to Bijan Robinson?
You would know this better than me, but if my organization felt that the gap between the two,
it's $15 million gap.
Yeah, but if they thought the talent gap was commiserate with look, at the end of the day, in professional sports, and I believe this, with rare exception, Yankees, Lakers, because it just always works out for
Dodgers.
Unless you just have an organization that goes, we don't care about the tax, we'll just pay it, go get everybody. The organizations that win are the ones that are the best at 2 things. Evaluating talent, and then being able to be calculated with, we love this guy. He's a super guy, but
business.
Or you run such an organization where guys want to play there, and as they get older, they say, I'll take less than I could get on the open market to stay here. So some of that is you get rewarded for the way you treat your players, for the way you treat their families, for the way you treat agents, for the way you treat business partners. There is incentive.
Well, that's what they did with
do good work.
That's what they did with Darius Slay, right? If they would re-sign Darius Slay, okay, they were going to, they're going to pay him $10-15 million a year. Well, they can go draft a guy because he's 36. He's not got many years left. You can go get a guy and lock him in for 5 years, 4 to 5 years, for pennies on the dollar. So there you go. All right, Scoops. I'm going to take you on a trip here.
All right.
Can't believe I'm saying this. Henry's got here. It's kind of hit me. I wanted to talk about it after being there last night. I got a PSA service announcement to Commissioner Greg Sankey. I do.
Okay.
And I want Commissioner Sankey to know this comes out of love. I think Commissioner Sankey is the best commissioner. I don't give a shit what y'all say about him. He is the best commissioner in college athletics. He's a stud. He's great. He's built the SEC up to what it is. He's awesome. Love him to death. And I can't believe I'm doing this, is I'm going to defend Ole Miss. That's right. The people who fired me.
Have they been fined?
No, but I want to talk about it.
Okay. Because I was there.
All right. So
they generally controlled it.
In case this comes up, and in the case of any other storming, court rushing, court storming, I know the fines are getting crazy. I think if Ole Miss were to get fined, it would be $500,000.
That's what I heard last night.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I don't know that to be true, by the way. I'm just citing what other people say.
So I was there. I was in person. I witnessed the whole thing from a bird's eye view. I'm up there with the common folk. Okay.
I got down to the floor as the game ended.
And so I got a couple things on this.
I stormed the court and celebrated.
Good job.
Actually, I didn't. I did tell this one kid behind me that was getting ready to run over me. He saw me. I was holding my computer, and I was like, don't run over me. Please.
Please.
And he goes, no, I got you. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, it's 10 seconds.
All right. Ole Miss employs, I don't know the name of the company. Every school that I've ever worked at employs on game days, employs some local security company. Okay. They're different everywhere. Okay. I remember the ones in Alabama were in the white shirts, and the ones at Ole Miss are in like like neon yellow shirts. Okay.
It's like Amco or something. It's the ones that Bugs Bunny used.
Don't even know.
Right.
But I'm going to put in quotes. I'm going to put security. Okay. I will go, and this is no disrespect. If you're one of these people, this is no disrespect to you. But the overwhelming majority of the people that are wearing these security are literally, if you put everybody, I got to go have a draft. If I put everybody in that arena in the middle of the court, and I got to have a draft of the people I would like protecting
You're about
me.
to be mean to these people.
I'm just saying, I got to say it. I can't not say it.
I know.
We're real here, right?
We're
real.
Very real.
Okay. If I put,
so real.
How many people you think were in that building last night? 10,000?
Let's call it 10,000.
All right. If I put 10,000 people on the court and I said, I want to pick the 200 people to protect us. Okay. As security.
From the other 9,800.
And this is the point is this is not an Ole Miss, from the other 9,800 people in the building. Okay.
Right.
The last 200 people on the court, we got our draft backwards. The last 200 people in the court are the people wearing the security vest. I mean, I haven't walked by one dude. I don't go to any sporting event ever. I don't go by it. I've never been. And look, I'm sorry. I just got to say this. And this is why I'm trying to make this. If Commissioner Sankey is unaware of this, I would like to make him aware of this. It's not Ole Miss's fault. It's not Vandy's fault. It's not Alabama's fault, Auburn's fault, whoever storms courts. The security company, people that are working, quote unquote, security, if we had a draft of the people to protect us, they're the last one picked. I look out there and I'm talking 50 of them. There were 50 people wearing yellow shirts. And they were walking down the student section with that rope. Scoops, there were grandmothers. Scoops, there were 65 and 70-year-old women.
I know.
And I'm going like.
And they're very nice.
And they're so
sweet.
And they do a great job.
The lady that guards the door that we go in is always so sweet.
And but this is what I'm trying to say is like, but you can't ask those people to actually do security. If you want them to check doors, scan tickets, sir, please don't walk down that hall. Cool. That's great. But to prevent a court storming or protect someone, Scoops, that's not happening.
I know. Look.
All right, hang on. I gotta get this out.
All
right. So I look, and here they come wandering. All right, down the baseline in front of the student section with their rope. Okay.
Yeah. At the end of the game. And the game wasn't decided until literally the final second.
Last
Tennessee took a shot at the final second that would have tied the game.
They probably didn't have time to consider a court storming until the last 7 seconds of the game. Is that fair?
That is correct.
In real time.
Jamin Brakefield scored with 7.5 seconds left to give Ole Miss a 2-point lead.
Okay.
And then at the end of that, Ole Miss took a timeout. And then
it was a tie game.
Tennessee brought it. Ole Miss up by 2. Ole Miss took timeout, set up its defense. Tennessee got the ball to midcourt, called timeout with 3 seconds left. So you had that 2.5 minutes, but had the Milicek, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Had he made the bucket there at the end, the game would have gone to overtime. So
really last second.
There was
You're right.
The game was not decided until the final second.
So they're coming out there, right? And they're coming out there, and this is where I want Commissioner Sankey to hear this. Okay, this is where I think there's a real problem.
Listen, I'm going
to give you something I bet you didn't see.
Okay,
because I got my bird's eye view up there with the common folk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this really put Keith Carter and Javon Patterson in particular in really bad situations. Okay, the issue is not going. I'm not worried. I've said this. This makes people mad when I say this, and Commissioner Sankey, I understand this makes you mad. I understand. I get it. So I'm the asshole here.
There's no question about that.
I personally am not worried about a college student rushing the field.
I did.
And
4 sets of laundry
to somebody that's on that's wearing pads, or a 6'8", 240-pound forward. They'll be okay. All right. But I understand it. If they do something, what's a bigger story? What's a bigger issue? That or Keith Carter, bless his heart, still can move his feet. Keith, good job. He can still move his feet. Javon was out there. They run out on the court, and they are freaking ho, ho, ho. I mean, they're physically holding people back.
Yeah.
What if somebody hauls off and hits the damn athletic director? What if the athletic director says, ho, 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 to a female and touches her in the wrong spot? Okay?
Like where?
In the wrong spot. But what you're putting ADs and administration in bad, and it's not their fault. They did everything, all the procedures, they did everything they could to prevent that last night.
Yeah.
Everything they could.
The guy on the announcer said, don't rush the court. Don't rush the court. They did all they could.
They did
that's why
everything they could.
That's why I don't think they'll get fined. And the Tennessee guys got off the court safely, and they waited till all the Tennessee guys were off the court to let the
that's kind of my deal, right?
Onto the crowd.
And so
there were a handful, like Grind says here, it was a court drizzle, not a court storm. I mean, there were 10 people got on there.
Well, because to his credit, Keith and Javon Patterson, I saw them, watched them. I heard
Keith had to physically try to stop a couple people.
Yeah. Keith was, and so now you've put ADs because he don't want to pay the $500,000. You got an AD. My man was inside the paint blocking dudes coming from because the students, they kind of got the sides calmed down, but they were coming from the
because not all of the students are up to date with. Not all of them. I mean, I can't imagine being a student and not watching this show, but there are students who don't watch this show. They don't listen to McCready and Siskey. They don't know that this is an issue.
Yeah, and so they don't. It puts them in a bad position. And I don't want something. I love Javon. I've known Javon since he was a freshman in high school. You just don't want to put them in bad position, and to have that's where we're at. And then they waited for their two. And then this is the other thing is you got to wait 2 minutes. So if the issue is getting the people, like especially in basketball, it shouldn't be an issue. It'd be very easy if you took all those grandmas and you lined them up and you why not exit? Why does Tennessee or the visiting team, why do they have to exit all the way across the court? There's 4 tunnels. If there's a situation like that, they all exit out there's 4 tunnels on every basketball. Get them out of there. But I just don't. That they did everything in their power, but this is not just an Ole Miss problem. This is a Vandy problem. It's everybody. They got 87-year-old grandmothers out there trying to police stuff.
We haven't had a court storming at ULM in 30 years, so it's not a problem there.
So, and then the last thing is if it's 2,000 people or 20,000 people, those security guards aren't stopping. If they want to rush the court, they're going to rush the court, and there's nothing you can do about it. It just put them in a bad position. It could, again,
when was the last time ULM had a court storming? It hadn't happened. So maybe people need to pay a little more attention to ULM and let that be a model.
Yeah. Nash, I know this. Nash says in the chat, he says, the colleges are in charge of the security they hire. Are they though? How many security
He says
companies?
If they spent more money on whatever contract they have, they'll probably get more qualified security. Sure. It'd be a wasted expense.
I don't know. If it's like,
this is an issue for me that is not an issue. I have found it impossible for me to get my blood pressure up on this. I don't.
Well, I just think once you start getting the fines up to $500,000, Keith Carter doesn't want to spend $500,000. So he's going, now you put your people in position.
That'll buy a backup cornerback.
Maybe a backup kicker. But you're putting them in position to do things that you're putting people in giving them no choice. And so I don't know. Anyway. All right, Scoops. Do you know what they do have a choice about, though?
I don't.
They got a choice to drop a down payment of $2,500 and get it matched at Kia of Meridian. That's right, Kia of Meridian. Big savings are happening right now at Kia of Meridian. You can get $10,000 in rebates and 0% financing on select vehicles. Plus, for a limited time, we're matching your down payment. That's right, up to $2,500. That means more car for your money all month long. And don't wait, these deals won't last long. Visit Kia of Meridian today, where great deals drive home with you. And guess what, Scoops? When Grandma, when she leaves, when she drops the rope and lets the students go on the court, she can take her ass straight to Kia Meridian, and she can buy her a vehicle. And then she can spin the wheel and win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more right there at Kia of Meridian. Scoops were also brought to you by our good friends. I'm going to do it. At County Line Campers. Are you a Bama fan that's excited to finally have a quarterback that can throw a forward pass? Are you an Auburn fan that is excited about your new multi-million-dollar running back, quarterback, Or maybe you're a Vandy fan that hates football but loves baseball season. Whatever your sport, whatever your team, why not enjoy watching them from the comfort of your very own RV? Or better yet, enjoy the game day experience by tailgating in luxury. That's right, at County Line Campers in Gulfport, Mississippi. We're moving out the remaining new models with our new spring cleaning closeout sales event. You can save up to 49% on select new RVs, starting with payments as low as $199 a month. With access to 13 lenders, they have financing options for everyone. So make sure you go follow them on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and check out Miss Destiny's demonstration videos on YouTube. As the highest rated RV dealer in the state of Mississippi, and if you don't believe me, Google it. We offer the experience that can't be duplicated. When you think about camping, think about County Line Campers.
How about that?
How about that?
We are also brought to you by our friends at Parish Brewing Company. They're located in the heart of Cajun country right there in Broussard, Louisiana. Their simple goal at Parish is to make awesome craft brewed beer, and they do it. They really do it well, in fact. They've got Dr. Juice, which is perfect for these nice spring days that are heading our way. 6% ABV. Got some serious drinkability, sneaky good. Got a rich cantaloupe hue, a thick frosted haze, soft mouthfeel. Aroma and taste is full of passion fruit, papaya, and blood orange, making it drink like a glass of freshly squeezed juice. Right in the middle of an got daylight savings time starts this weekend.
Sure do.
You know, you can sit on the porch at 6 o'clock, pour you a Dr. Juice. I'll tell you, life doesn't get much better than that. But if you told me, Neal, life gets better than that, I would say, oh my God, you poured a ghost in the machine. That's what I would think. That's the first thing I would think. Double IPA, obscene quantities of hand-selected Citra hops. I mean, it's crazy. They've got Envy. It's American Pale Ale. They got Canebrake. It's a wheat beer. They've got a fantastic coffee porter that just came out. You want something a little stronger. Maybe got some cool nights coming up. You want to sit back and enjoy a stout from Parish. They can take care of you. Wherever you get your beer, look for Parish. You will not regret it. Parish Brewing Company. And if you say, hey, Neal, listen, that sounds amazing, but I can't have a beer on Thursday night. Okay. I'm not judging. That's cool. That's cool. Cool with me. You say, okay, but I really would like something to sort of replace the can.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Easy Hempco. It's a vitamin-infused vitamin. TikTok loves vitamins. Hello, TikTok. It's a vitamin-infused sparkling water. It's a guilt-free alcohol alternative. It's a natural way to relax and unwind. It's all natural. It's made with real fruit, no added sugar. It's low-calorie, gluten-free. There's not any gluten in there.
No gluten.
12-ounce can of Easy does have 3 milligrams of vitamins.
Trace.
With Easy, it's easy to avoid the gummy scare and control your experience.
Scary.
So change the can, not the ritual. It's easy. Visit easyhempco.com to view the Easy Finder to find Easy near you. Easy is Farm Bill compliant.
Sure is.
With vitamins that are derived from THC CBD extracts. Easy is for people 21 and older. Enjoy responsibly.
Love it. All right, Scoops. Midweek review here. Somebody on this
What a midweek it was.
Somebody on this show predicted that the Texas A&M Aggies would upset the Auburn Tigers on Tuesday night. You know what happened, Scoops?
Oh, by the way, James says the Bilo Center is now the Bon Secours Wellness Arena. It is also known locally as The Well.
The Well.
He says, shout out from Greenville, South Carolina. What's up, James Page?
James, what it is? Been down the main street many a time. All right, the A&M Aggies beat Auburn 83-72, big win for Texas A&M. And if I'm an Auburn fan, I would just all right, be ready for Saturday. No big deal. The only thing I got out of this, I said this the last time when they played Florida. I said this. Did you watch this game?
Alabama, Florida?
No, Texas A&M, Auburn. Any of it? It's towards the end.
I didn't. I saw. What was I watching? Something else was on. I don't know. Was that the night of the speech?
Yes.
I was watching the speech.
Yes. All right.
And I put my phone away because I didn't want to accidentally tweet.
Yes. Remember, because I texted you and you said, hey, I put my phone down because I didn't want to tweet. I was like, look at you.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Scoop's growing up on me.
Because I picked up my phone at one part, and Laura goes, don't. And I went, hey, that's probably wise. Probably wise.
All right.
Because, God, there was a lot of tweeting material right there. And I didn't.
A lot of people did.
Good. I'm sure there was a lot of activity on the X.
The only thing I got out of this, look, what's the best way to put this? I saw this when they played Florida. Auburn is really good. Shocker. They're going to be a number 1 seed. Shocker. They're legit. Okay, so there's no issues there. They'll be fine, all that stuff. The thing that bothers me about this team, though, is when things don't go well, like and they're losing. Not when things like in the first half you won't notice it, but like towards the end of the game when you're like, hey, dude, I think Texas A&M is going to do this. Mm-hmm. And they kind of accept it. They accept defeat a little bit. And they start acting like a bunch of teenage girls. I mean, their body language sucks when they're getting beat. And I'm not talking about first half because they'll be like, come back. But when they come back and they throw their punch and there's like 4 minutes left and things start settling a little bit.
Yeah.
They did the same thing against Florida. If it's not going their way, they act like a bunch of teenage girls. Their just body language sucks. It bothers me. I don't know.
I suspect.
Now, they don't lose a lot, obviously, but.
I suspect that if I gave Bruce Pearl's truth serum, he would tell me he was glad they got beat Tuesday night.
Yeah. But do you know what I'm saying, though?
Like, I do. And I think that applies to a lot of teams.
But it was like, they're too good for that.
But they have some interesting characters on that team. I mean, they're damn good. And I think they're absolutely a title contender. They've had a historic regular season.
They're great.
To do what they've done in this SEC is remarkable.
They're great. I just,
yeah. I mean, sure. I mean,
that's the only thing I got out of that game. But A&M, I saw that one coming. Look, I mean, it's this league. And that's why I was able to pick some upsets. In my opinion, this league is so tight. No Tucker.
That's what she said.
That if you got a team that's playing with motivation, a team that's not playing with a lot of motivation, that's all the only edge you need. So, all right, LSU gets smoked by Kentucky at home, 95-64. Kentucky dominated from the jump. Texas beating Mississippi State. I was actually surprised by this one. Texas put themselves back in it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to finish my statement here. Texas has got a really big opportunity this weekend. But Texas wins 87-82. Really good. I mean, they played well.
Trey Johnson.
They played well, dude. And again,
Trey Johnson, you can just see Trey Johnson in a Thunder jersey. You can just see it. I mean, if you close your eyes, just do this for a second and go. And there he is.
You talking about a Supersonics jersey?
Wow. After 266 episodes together. Wow.
I was a Supersonics fan back in the day. Broke my heart they left. Kemp.
Wow.
I was a Sonics fan. I was a big Kemp fan. He was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't very. He tried to break the rim every time.
The Thunder needs another 6'6" wing facilitator, great passer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, Thunder have 2 lottery picks and their pick. Got all sorts of assets to move up. They could move up to 4. Make Trey Johnson a Thunder. Hell, we might win the whole damn lot. We might. You know what? That 3% chance that the Clipper pick becomes the first pick in the draft might happen, and the Thunder might just add Cooper Flagg to this group. Just go, what the hell? Let's do it. Come on in, Coop.
Nash says, low-key miss, no Diddy. More people outside of the football fans get it, or no people outside. I always have to explain it. That's the fun part. That's why it's fun. Georgia beat South Carolina. Pick that one. Pick that upset.
Yeah.
Look.
That wasn't a big upset, but sure.
Vegas said it was an upset.
It was a big win for Georgia because Carolina had knocked off a couple of teams at home.
The money line says it was an upset.
Georgia playing well lately. Georgia playing well lately.
Watch out for them dogs come tournament time.
Yeah.
That's a scary team. You don't want to play
Another
Georgia.
Really good young player in Asa Newell.
Don't want to play Georgia in the tournament. Just saying. Arkansas with 7 dudes rolls into Nash Vegas. Call this one. And beat the Vanderbilt Commodores 90-77. Another team you don't want to play come tournament time. Just saying. Hope you skip around them.
It kind of depends, right? It depends. I mean, if Trevin Brazil shows up, yeah. If Trevin Brazil doesn't show up, like he didn't show up in Columbia.
He didn't show up in Nashville either.
Yeah, he did. That windmill dunk.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, he was phenomenal in Nashville.
Look, I really like. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a Calipari thing in the tournament. Like he always seems to get his guys peaking at the right time. I like Arkansas.
Okay.
I like Arkansas. Ole Miss last night, Ole Miss 78-76. Really good game.
Great
I was in
game.
attendance. Probably the best game I've watched in that building. Went back and forth the whole game. And both teams, I will tell you what I got out of this, seeing it live. When I didn't write this on here. One thing is Ziegler for Tennessee.
Zakai. Great passer.
Holy shit.
Oh, just a phenomenal passer.
And there's a reason he doesn't come off the floor. I get it. Like, you see the stuff on TV, okay? You see it. You know, when I sit up there with the common folk, the reason I like sitting with common folk is because I'm a football guy. It's like I'm watching from the press box, and so I can see things developing. This dude doesn't anybody. This guy is like, he's got eyes in the back of his head.
And his passes are so perfect. They hit shooters right in the pocket.
Right in the pocket.
Right. Yeah, he's special.
Hey, hats off! Like, and
he's able to get downhill very quickly. He breaks the defense down. He knows exactly where he wants to go. I mean, he hit some guys.
This dude, Scoots.
Zakai Ziegler's terrific. I've enjoyed watching him play throughout his career at Tennessee.
That may be about the most fun I've ever had watching a player playing a basketball game.
Oh, he's very fun to watch. Yes.
I mean, I'm like, this guy. Like, how many guys he would collapse the defense, and look, Ole Miss is, good on defense, and they usually transition well.
Well, there aren't many people that can stay in front of him.
Dude,
he's very quick.
And then they would finally get to him, and he was like, hey. And the guy would be over there like, brushing his teeth and combing his hair, waiting for the ball. I mean, like, just wide ass open. Like, he found the open guys. The guy has unbelievable court vision. I mean, just hats off. That guy, and I don't care if he scores a single point. Like, he didn't score. He didn't have double digits. I know he had 1 point until like the second half late. I think he had 1 point in the first half. Because Brock and I were talking about it up there, but yeah, I mean, the guy can really play. Other thing, Brakefield. Dog, I'm telling you, I can't. This dude was out of his mind last night. The guy Brakefield was out of his mind. Was just, I mean, hats off. Had played a hell of a game. Unbelievable. He was. They would go down. Tennessee would hit a three. Like, the whole game was Tennessee would build a lead. Ole Miss would close the lead, and they just couldn't get the lead to try to push it. And then
they couldn't get the lead extended in the second half because Jamin Brakefield just kept making plays. He was amazing.
Tennessee come down and hit a three. Then Brakefield would get fouled and get the points and hit the bucket. And they come down and do it again. And they had the 4-point play. They just could never get it extended until it counted. But Brakefield, hats off.
That was one of those games.
It was a well-played game on both sides.
Yeah, that was one of those games. If you were sitting at home in Dubuque and you didn't care who won, Ole Miss or Tennessee, you were highly entertained.
Yeah, it was great. And then I want to say this because a lot of people won't talk about this. Shout out to Kermit Davis.
Yeah.
I haven't been a head coach, but I've been in that position at this school. That was Kermit Davis. For those that don't know, Kermit Davis showed up for senior night and he walked out with Brakefield, and I watched him sit there and take pictures with all the kids he recruited Morrell, and that's big time. The classiest of class things. I wouldn't expect anything different. I really like Kermit. I think he was always great when I was there, and he was there. But that couldn't, as easy as people probably think that is, that's not very easy, especially with this fan base. But shout out, very classy move by Kermit Davis doing that. The Florida Gators. Were the Florida Gators. They beat Alabama 99-94. Alabama cut it. They got it up to 10 late, and Alabama cut it late. But I want to say this about a lot of Alabama fans. There's Nate Oates struggling. Like, no, Alabama's probably going to lose Saturday too. You're probably going – there's more than likely better chance that you're going to end the season 0-3 on your last 3 games. And everybody's like, oh, Alabama this. Alabama is a great basketball team. Just the fact of the matter is you went and played Tennessee on the road. You hosted Florida. Now you got to go on the road to Auburn.
Pretty tough.
And so it's not that Alabama's not a great basketball team. It's just they've played one. I think it's a coin. I think they would beat Tennessee at home. I think they're very evenly matched teams. I do not think that Alabama is better than Florida, and I do not think that Alabama is better than Auburn.
Yeah, it's been established.
So that's not saying you have a bad team. You have an elite team. I mean, there's 366 of these bad boys.
No, Auburn and Florida are the two teams in the SEC that are legitimate national championship contenders. Florida's legit.
You try to get them on a neutral court, and you try to get hot. It's the same thing Alabama did last year to get to the Final Four. They got in the bracket, and they got hot. That's what you got to. They started firing them up. I mean, that's Alabama's going to score points, and you got to figure out how to score more than the other team. All right, this one surprised me a little bit. Oklahoma beats Missouri 96-84. Was really in control of this game the entire time. This game's probably not even close as a score. Oklahoma got after him. I watched the replay of it last night.
I forgot that game was on last night. I was covering Ole Miss, obviously, and I had Grizzlies Thunder on my computer, and I totally forgot about Oklahoma, Missouri.
I saw the score, and then I went home and watched it when I got home last night. And Missouri, this game wasn't even as close as a score. Missouri.
God, what time did you go to bed?
I don't ever go to bed at about 2 o'clock every morning.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a 2 to 6 guy every day.
You sleep 4 hours a day?
Yeah, for my whole life. Except when I
yeah.
You see my easy like a Sunday. That'll push me back a little bit. But yeah, that game wasn't close. All right, Saturday preview. The Kentucky Wildcats in a game that Scoops will be paying very close attention to while he is on the road. The Kentucky Big Blue Nation Wildcats were traveling into Columbia, Missouri.
Go Big Blue.
To take on the Missouri
Big Blue.
Tigers.
Go Big
Blue.
Go Big Blue.
Interesting game here. I think Missouri wins this game at home.
Damn it, Tyler.
Yeah. Kentucky still can't defend, and Missouri can score. And they're at home, and they play well at home. I think Kentucky's won their last game in the regular season. Give me the Missouri Tigers. You know, usually I don't say this, but I'm on fire right now. I don't know what the line's going to be, but give me the Missouri Tigers at home because they can still fill it up. And now the trick is I don't know what the over is going to be on this game, but I would pay close attention to it because Missouri has given up like legendary. I mean, they're on Alabama pace of giving up points and scoring points. So I would check out, and Kentucky starting to score again like Kentucky. I do think this game, whatever the over is, I would probably look at it. I would not take the under, but I would probably look and see what the over is going to be when it gets posted in this game. But I do like Missouri to win the game. We got the Mississippi State Bulldogs traveling to Arkansas to play. Give me the Razorbacks at home to beat Mississippi State. I like that.
Is that a senior day pick, or you got
I think they're two evenly matched teams.
State has struggled a little bit here lately.
State is hard to figure, not hard to figure out. You just got to catch them you got to catch them at the right time. State can beat anybody and they can lose anybody. I mean, if Hubbard's hot, they can beat anybody. I mean, I like State. I just think Arkansas senior day playing for a lot of things. They think it's a winnable game for them. I like Arkansas at home. All right,
if Arkansas wins, you got to give them a lot of credit because they were close to buried a few weeks ago, and to come back and that would get them to 8 wins in the league. That's an accomplishment because they were in trouble and they're playing without arguably their 2 best players.
Yeah, they're playing hard. And
is Tiro Adu out for the year? What's the word there?
It keeps saying, it just says out. It doesn't give me a time frame when I look at it. I looked at it yesterday or where it was. All right, Vandy is at Georgia. Scoops, this is an easy pick for me. It's a very easy pick for me. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs at home. Georgia plays well at home. They're playing well. Georgia is hot right now. Georgia's playing extremely well. Like, extremely well. Give me the Dogs. Give me the Dogs at home. South Carolina is on the road at Tennessee. Give me Tennessee. I don't care what the line is. I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the Kentucky LSU game. I don't care what the line is. Give me Tennessee minus the points. Don't even care. Don't even care. You can't get this line high enough. Grind's in here. He likes alternate lines. You can't get this line high enough. Give me the Tennessee Vols at home. And that goes out to that asshole that's on TikTok. I need to read his thing. This guy's all over my ass, No Tucker, about, oh, you guys always pick against Tennessee. Well, listen here, motherfucker. Take Tennessee and all the points you can handle. All right. Alabama, the Crimson Tide are traveling across state to Auburn, Alabama to take on the Auburn Tigers. Give me the Auburn Tigers. The worst thing that happened to Alabama is they lost to Texas A&M. Give me the Auburn Tigers senior night at Auburn by a gazillion. Auburn wins this game comfortably going away. All right, Texas A&M at LSU.
They just say hyperextended knee for Tiro.
They'll probably try to rest him to the tournament, I imagine.
Why do I keep calling him Tiro Adu? It's Adu Tiro. His first name is
because
Adu.
You're probably reading it off of an injury report. Last name, first name.
I mean, as big of an Arkansas fan as I am, and as much money as I give to their NIL, you think I
should know
players.
You probably bought that guy.
I probably did help buy Adu Tiro.
You probably got at least paid for his shoelaces. You know,
they're beautiful shoelaces. Have you seen them?
I saw they were
great. They're amazing. Made of gold
flake.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Texas A&M is at LSU. This is an interesting game. Interesting game here.
Sure. A&M coming off a big emotional home win.
Just hear me out here.
LSU senior night.
Hear me out here.
I don't know that LSU has any seniors.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it is senior night. It's their last game. They're not going to the tournament. Texas A&M coming off a big emotional win.
So you're saying LSU will not win the SEC tournament?
I feel confident.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to take Texas A&M, but very reluctantly.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to take Texas A&M very reluctantly here. Like, I think this game gets weird. Okay. Just saying that.
All right.
All right. And then the Ole Miss Rebels are traveling to Gainesville. I'm glad they won senior night because they're not winning in Florida senior night. Give me the Gators by, like, literally, you can't get this line high enough.
I'm with you. This is a bad.
Look,
it's a bad matchup.
Well, I know we got a lot of Ole Miss fans listening. It's okay.
Florida senior day.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Ole Miss coming off a super emotional game. Yeah, this has schedule loss written all over it as much as anything else.
They played well. They played well last night. Stormed the court. I heard. One last second beat Tennessee. Florida by as many as they'll lay them. All right, and then to me, probably one of the most interesting games I'm interested in watching. I think this game could end up having really big implications here. All right, I got something I want to ask you after this. All right, Oklahoma's at Texas. They both obviously need this if they want a prayer. I think Texas wins this game at home. So I'm basically in the SEC. I'm picking all home games except for Texas A&M over LSU.
Okay,
I think the rest of the home teams win. On that. All right, so here's my question. Oklahoma beats Missouri at home last night.
They did.
Their net did not move one number.
Because we're now to the point where there's so much data that it's hard to move.
Okay, and then
the only way to really move now is to get
that's a top 15 win.
The only way to really move now is to get a road win, and in a handful of cases, a neutral site win is going to give you a little bumpity bump, but not much.
Not even one slot though, from 50 to 49.
No, because they just stayed where they were. I mean,
Ole Miss moved one for beating Tennessee, who was 4 or 5 in the net.
Yeah, but Ole Miss was already 28,
went
they
for
moved
29
to 27 or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, it's kind of the data is in now.
All right, well, I was just trying to figure out why.
Data's pretty baked in. Like Oklahoma could move up probably 2 spots if they or
Texas,
or maybe 3 or 4. Like Arkansas took a big jump the other day when they won at Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that is it for the basketball. I do have an old man yelling at cloud life advice.
All right. Life advice is presented by our good friend Cole Walters. State Farm Insurance. Cole is licensed. He's licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, even pet insurance. You want to put a insurance policy on Fido? You can do it. If you live in the state of Georgia. Contact Cole at 706-525-7850. You can also find him online at ColeWaltersInsurance.com. All
right, Scoops. I actually got asked about this on a live. And then I got talking about it, and I was like, you know what? There's no better person to talk to this about than my man Scoops.
Okay.
All right, so I watched the joint address to Congress, not the State of the Union.
Right.
The joint address to Congress that you get when you get a new president. And you wonder why our country is divided. Let me tell you why our country is divided. Because the assholes who've been elected to be our leaders
Mm-hmm.
And this is both sides of the aisle, assholes. This isn't one side. This is both sides. Acting like a bunch of prepubescent teens. Like, there is a time and a place to act like assholes. Like, I'm sure Congress, if you're a congressman or a congresswoman or a Senate person, I'm sure you can get a meeting with the President of the United States if you got beef. But I don't care if it was Trump, if it's Biden, I don't care. Like, because the Republicans did it too when Biden was there. There's got to be a respect to the office. When you're going a nationally televised damn, where everybody in the damn world's watching this thing, and we got some dude standing up yelling, pointing his freaking walking cane. He probably left his security guard spot with he was probably at the Ole Miss game trying to hold the rope, keeping from people rushing the field. So he took his walking cane and went to DC in the joint of address. But we're acting like a bunch of freaking 2-year-old people.
I think he just seen Nancy and that got him excited.
We got
him fired.
We got congressmen wearing freaking hoodies to the damn inaugural parties and shit. Like, when did this shit turn into a freaking podcast, man? Like, what are we doing? Like, people yelling and interrupting. Took a 45-minute speech, made it an hour and a half. And this, look, I got this too. Every time the president goes, I'd like to welcome everybody to the joint address to Congress. All the Republicans. My name is Donald J. Trump. We took a 45-minute speech and we made it like an hour and 45 minutes. Just let the man talk. People would like to, like at home, we don't give a shit about you standing up and applauding every time he tells you about a Big Mac he ate last night. I'd just like to hear what he's got to say. I want to know about foreign policy. I want to know about the border. I want to know what he's got going on. I want to hear that shit. I don't need to have a standing ovation every 36 seconds. Don't need that. And the people that had signs, you're in the fucking United States Capitol and you got ping pong paddles with messages written on the side. Like, that's the Bush League of Bush League shit. You're a freaking elected official. You're a nationally elected official. And you're bringing fucking ping pong paddles with protest shit written on the back. Like, I'm legitimately pissed about this.
Maybe they thought there was going to be an auction.
And then what's and a Republican chick too? What's my girl's name that always the blonde-headed Republican?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Take the fucking hat off. You're in the Capitol. You're wearing a fucking Make America Great Again in the fucking Capitol. Have some respect for the fucking office that you hold. Stop being a freaking Bush League. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. And then you got some yahoo that President Trump's walking. You got to have respect for the office. Like, I don't know where this turned. I don't know who it turned on or what it turned on, but somewhere in the last 10 to 15 years, we've lost all respect for the office. He's fucking elected. You can't change it. It'll be 4 years. It'll be 4 years. And then, like, what she held up the sign when he was walking down that said something like, "This is not real" or some shit.
No, she said, "This is not normal."
This is not normal. Like, and they let her stand on the aisle. Like, you got to go. You got to go. And the fact that the dude was warned 18 times to leave and he wouldn't leave, it's such Bush League bullshit.
He was censured, right? Green?
Fuck, I don't know.
I think he was.
He was what?
Censured.
What the fuck's that mean?
Like formally, like
removed.
Like, yeah, like he's where he'll be punished.
Yeah, but it's just there's so many other platforms they got to get their point across. That's not the time and the place. Like, hand raise guy, read the fucking room, man. Because now here's what you do is you make us look like a bunch of yahoos, a third world country to the rest of the world. And it's silly shit, man. Pisses me off. Both sides piss me off. Like, I don't care who the president talk.
So the Republicans by cheering? They were just
no.
They were feeling themselves.
When Biden was in office, they did the same shit.
Yeah.
When Biden was in office, they did the same shit. It's just it's immature. Like, you're a fucking elected official. This isn't the damn city council meeting at Water Valley. Okay? You're an elected fucking official. Sorry, anybody that's from Water Valley, didn't mean to offend you, but the point is this is a damn United States president that they do this shit once a year. Okay? Once a year, either the State of the Union, next year will be the State of the Union, joint address when they just got elected. Let the man fucking talk. You got his number? Call him. Like, it bothers the shit out of me.
Strongly lettered word. strongly worded letter in his file. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look,
it legitimately bothers me if you can't tell.
As I've told other people, we did a show with Josh Hendrickson, Ike Fessler yesterday.
I didn't get a chance to see it yet.
You know, as I said in that show, there's something about this time of year, and I'm getting past it. I can tell that I'm more over it this year than I have been in previous years, which is good. Good, it's growth on my part. But this next week coming up is the 5-year anniversary of the COVID shutdown, and I don't know. There's something about that makes me go, I don't really necessarily feel like why can't we all just get along? Not really. I'm not there yet. Maybe I'll be there in a year, 2 years, maybe not. I'm gonna give the Republicans a pass for Tuesday night because they've absorbed a lot of lies over the last few years. A lot of crap.
Yeah, I'm not even.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. I'm just saying, like, instead of protesting, there's other places to do that. That arena was not the right place to hold your fucking ping pong paddle up.
No, there used to be a level of decorum.
There's
in the Capitol that hasn't fully existed for a while.
It bothers me that's you're supposed to be. I mean, like, you're supposed to be a leader.
It probably would have bothered me more before 2020, and it's funny, post 2020, it doesn't really bother me. I'm kind of in favor of let's declare our side. See where we are. Let's see where we're going.
And I agree. I think you should. I'm just saying there's a better place than that to do it.
And maybe for me, it's just as the weather starts to feel springy, and there's a SEC basketball tournament coming up in Nashville.
I was there, boss, in the stands when that happened.
I was 3/4 of the way to Nashville when Adam, I can't remember Adam's last name. He's at Purdue now. Adam Kuffner was Ole Miss's basketball media rep at the time. And I texted him because it was the end of the season. Ole Miss was not going to a tournament. And it was, hey, are the locker rooms going to be open? Because if the locker rooms are open, there's a bunch of guys I need to talk to, and this is going to be my last chance, right? To do my job the way I think I should do my job. And he had said, yeah, to my knowledge, they're open. And I said, okay. And so I headed that way. And I got 3/4 of the way to Nashville. And I'm listening to the radio, and they're telling you that we're all going to die. And you're kind of scared. It's bad. It's really bad. And everyone's going to die. This thing is bad, bad, bad. We're all going to die. And I get the call, and he goes, hey, there's not going to be any in-person access locker rooms and stuff, just press conference. And I said, okay. And you guys are going to put out that, transcript. He goes, yeah. And so I pulled over at a gas station somewhere an hour from Nashville.
Not many of them.
And I said, well, what do I do?
That down.
What do I do? And I said, screw it. I'm going home. And so I went home. And the next night, Ole Miss played Georgia. You were there.
I was.
Georgia beat Ole Miss. So the season ended. I had a column written and everything else. And as the Ole Miss-Georgia game is winding down.
Vandy was playing. It was Vandy was playing. It was Vandy and.
I can't remember.
I thought it was Vandy, Georgia. Who did Ole Miss play Georgia?
Ole Miss played Georgia.
I was there. I mean, Vandy played somebody.
As the Ole Miss game's winding down, the Utah Jazz, Oklahoma City Thunder were about to start. And I had that game on my TV. And they have this weird scramble before the game, right? And you're like, what's that? Because it didn't look right. I watch a lot of NBA, a lot of Thunder, and I knew what a Thunder game looks like when it starts, and it doesn't look like that.
Arkansas Vandy.
We'll pick. Kidding. It's a joke. Haha.
They won.
Did they? Hogs won?
Yep.
How about that?
86-73.
Wow. Good. How about that? Money well spent. But I got back. That happened. And then so that was Wednesday, and then the next day, Campbell was coming home for Caroline's birthday thing. And by the time Campbell got here, Arkansas had announced, like everybody else had, that school was out. No school. We're done. We're shutting it down. We can't do this. You're all going to die. And I look back on that, and I've said this on another show, so I won't be repetitive. But I had an encounter, for lack of a better word, an interaction would be the better word, in a elevator in Reed Hall in Fayetteville, there on the University of Arkansas, as I was helping Campbell move out. That has haunted me to this day, and that I remember vividly. And I'm not quite over the anger yet. And the people that the people that did it intentionally. They lied. It was intentional. I have no doubt. They lied about the origin. They lied about why they were doing what they were doing. And it really changed my worldview.
Yeah. No, I
because not because of me. I'm fine. Yeah, I've told people this. The truth is, I made a lot of money off COVID. I don't mean grants and stuff. I made a lot of money off COVID because it forced us to change our business. And so, I could be the guy that if I were selfish, I get accused of that a lot. You're selfish. No, if I were selfish, I'd be like, hey, we should have stayed locked down longer. It was great. It did real damage to young people, and that's who I thought about. That's who I think about, and so for that reason, 4 or 5 years later, after all the things that have happened in those 5 years, it was kind of nice, frankly, if I'm being honest, to watch that side of the aisle completely implode, completely just
ping pong paddles and all.
I mean, like Nancy was so mad. I haven't seen her mouth move like that. She was so angry.
You just threw a freaking hanging curveball.
Oh, I know it. I was waiting for you to do it.
And I'm not going to do it today. I'm not doing it.
But I was waiting.
Brother, you just did. You just teed that shit.
I mean, she was working those dentures. Just so angry. She had her pole in her hand.
Never mind. You didn't throw it to me. You just threw it for yourself.
Just her blood pressure was high. She was all agitated, all worked up. Good. I'm glad they were. They need to be. I mean, I keep waiting for them to bring Fauci out and for Fauci to go, hey, I screwed up. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I did it intentionally, but I got pardoned. Ha ha. But that won't happen. So I don't know. It's funny. I understand what you're saying, but I basically disagree.
Okay.
I kind of enjoyed watching them.
I can't even argue with you after that one.
I think I enjoyed watching them melt down. We had the summer of mostly peaceful but kind of fatal and murdery and fiery protest, where the virus knew not to show up at protest.
Grind, you wrong for that, dog.
So yeah, I mean, I was kind of, hey,
yeah. What was the dude's name that was in the that stood up? Al Green.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Al Green and Nancy Pelosi were late for their security job at the basketball game.
Al had taken a good look at Nancy, watched her moving those dentures around, and he just got stirred up. It happens. It happens. Had him a moment.
Oh.
Who can blame him?
That's so wrong on so many levels.
I mean,
that's even wrong for me.
I mean, Nancy's been through a lot. I mean, all those stock investments. Paul's boyfriend came over and assaulted him with a hammer. I mean, there's a lot. Dealing with a lot of stuff. And it just all kind of melted down on Tuesday night.
That's great.
You know what I mean?
No.
She's dealt with a lot.
No, I do not.
She's dealt with a whole lot.
No, I do not. Ossifer. That's all I got today, Hoss.
We will. We don't really know what our schedule is for next week. We will not have a show Monday.
No show Monday.
And there won't be a show Tuesday.
No show Tuesday.
There might be a show Wednesday.
Might be one Wednesday.
There might be one Thursday.
Might be one Thursday.
Won't be one Friday.
Won't be one Friday.
Don't really know everything else. We will update via social media.
We do have some concession stand reviews coming next week, though. I'm going to be loading those up.
Where are you going to be?
So we're going to do South Haven. Just to give you guys a heads up. See, I'm trying to do the people's work for the parents of the Oxford Chargers. I'm trying to do the parents' work. I'm trying to do the Lord's work for the parents because we have to, like, sit out there for hours, and we have to eat dinner at these places. This is our dinners. So we'll be at South Haven tomorrow night. No, today, Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow night. Then we'll be at Petal on Tuesday night. And I don't know where those other games are played. I think Ocean Springs is one of them.
Okay.
There's one more down there. We're going to South Mississippi. Then there's like three down there. I was going to do a review last night at Ole Miss at the Pavilion. Was going to do one. The music was so damn loud.
It was loud.
That you couldn't even pick voices up on the microphone. So I just said the hell with it and just crushed my Canes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna do a Canes.
Oh, okay.
The Canes, you can't do it, but it was loud as hell. But we'll be and then so there'll be 4, I think, next week. I think there'll be 4 concession stand reviews next week.
All right, we'll look forward to those.
Yeah.
Look forward to those.
There we go.
Tyler will be with me in about an hour and a half. We're gonna do hand raise, guys, here on MPW Digital. Be a pretty short show probably tonight because you boys got travel, ahead next few days, including tomorrow morning. So going to be a little tighter hand raise, guys. But we'll open up the phone lines.
No Tucker.
It'll be one of those shows that you, the caller, dictates more than usual. So for Tyler Siskey, I'm Neal McCready again. Thanks to all the people at Reign for sponsoring this show. Reign Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams of natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, and zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Reign Body Fuel to learn more.
Scoops are also brought to you by our good friends at PTG Outdoors. From cycling to running watches to tax indoor cycling, Garmin brings the innovation to your fitness journey. Track health metrics, explore maps, and enjoy GPS precision for cycling, golf, and outdoor adventures. Dive deeper with swim tracking, train smarter with dog tracking tools, and monitor performance on land and water. Explore Garmin's range, including smartwatches, scales, and advanced off-road instruments. Available now at ptgoutdoors.com. And as always, we're brought to you by our good friends at Kia of Meridian. Big savings are happening now at Kia Meridian. You can get $10,000 in rebates and 0% financing on select vehicles. Plus, for a limited time, we're matching your down payment up to $2,500. That means more money for your car. More car for your money, all month long. Don't wait. These deals won't last. Visit Kia Meridian today, where great deals drive home with you. Give them a call at area code 601-483-6444. And don't forget, you can spin the wheel and win awesome prizes like an Xbox, a PS5, a TV, and more. So check them out at Kia Meridian.
Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the hoops and all of those things. We will talk to you at some point next week. Enjoy spring break if it's that time for you guys. Travel carefully and see you soon.